Hi, good afternoon, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to 7th standard civics or political science. Okay, today we are going to take the new chapter from the civics or political science. Okay, and its name is the fundamental rights and duties. Fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Okay, the word fundamental means basic rights and basic duties. Okay, as the two sides of a coin, rights and duties are guaranteed by our constitutions. Okay, and rights are the things we are to be things to be achieved from the state. Okay, it is guaranteed by the state, whereas duties are our responsibilities. Being a citizen of a country, it is our we have certain responsibility towards our country as well as our people. Okay, our duties. Okay, so our responsibilities are discussing in the second part, that is fundamental duties. Okay, and these fundamental rights are guaranteed by our Indian constitution. Okay, and if any one of these fundamental rights are being violated or found violated, those people or organizations can approach the court and they can uh, achieve their rights. Okay, and uh, the prosecution will punish the culprits. Okay, those who violated or neglected the fundamental rights. So once again, I welcome back everyone to the second chapter of political science or civics, that is fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Okay, so our Indian constitution is the biggest written constitution in the world. We know that, and it is neither rigid nor flexible. Okay, and we can amend if a majority 2 by 3 part of majority is getting, then we can amend or modify certain rules. Okay, such provisions also guaranteed by our Indian constitutions. Okay, and many eminent personalities engaged for the formation of our Indian constitution. Okay, and after getting the Indian constitution, our India became a republic. And when the year when it came into force, from there onwards, India is known as a republic. And January 26, 1950, we became an independent country because of the enforcement or the establishment of Indian constitution. Okay, and its founding chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We can't forget that personality. Okay, we got many ideas from his hard work, and he adopted many things from the American, British and Irish constitutions. Okay, and so let us discuss what are fundamental rights. Okay, the basic rights. Okay, we know that we all are human beings. We all are human beings, and in order to live a better life, we have certain rights are there. Okay, certain rights guaranteed by the constitution. Okay, and these rights are also working in many countries. Okay, which are democratic. Okay, so let us come back once again. So first one, we can see the fundamental rights. Okay, the chapter's name is fundamental rights and duties. So here you can see FR means fundamental rights. Okay, so there are 6 fundamental rights are there. First one is right to equality. Second one is right to freedom. Third one, right against exploitation. And fourth one is right to religion. Fifth one, right to cultural and educational activities. And sixth right is right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so these are the fundamental rights. Okay, so we can just go through in detail about these 6 fundamental rights guaranteed by our Indian constitution. Okay, So let us first go to the first one, right to equality. Okay, in our society we can see many people, rich, poor, black, white, okay, healthy person, weak people, okay. So many social inequalities we can see in our society. But our Indian constitution guarantees equality for all in front of the eyes of the law. Okay, the provision of law is equal for all. If any person found to be guilty, whether it is rich or poor, the punishment is equal for all. Okay, so that is right to equality. Everyone, even gender basis. Okay, we can see many gender based discrimination also we can see in our society, but it is prohibited by our constitution. Equal payment for equal job is also guaranteed by our constitution. Okay, there should not be any bias or discrimination on the basis of gender. Okay, and another thing we can see, the third gender also we can see nowadays, they are also fighting to get their rights, that is we call it as transgenders. Okay, and they are also being terminated or isolated from the mainstream of the society, and society is not giving them proper job facilities. Okay, but our constitution gives all these provisions to all, irrespective of caste, religion, gender, okay, whether male or female, that is gender. Okay, and from which region of the country he or she belongs to. Okay, only the thing is whether we are looking whether that person is Indian or not. Okay, equality in front of the law, that is a case of equality. Okay, we have the right, we have the we are all are equal in front of the law. Okay, that is equality. And this equality should be provided to all the people of the society, and in order to make this equality, our government of India or the constitution has declared many reservations for underprivileged communities or societies, in order to bring them to the mainstream of societies. In education or job opportunities also we can see this reservation. Okay, in order to bring them to the mainstream. Okay, and in order to avoid the discrimination against such people or group. Okay, so that is about right to equality. And second one is right to freedom. As an Indian citizen, we have freedom to travel anywhere else within in India or outside India. But when we are going outside India, we want to keep some certain documents with us, that is like a passport, visa, like that. Whereas in India, no need of any documents, only our election identity card or Aadhaar card is enough to travel all over India. Okay, and that is what freedom. And freedom also, right to freedom have many dimensions. Dimensions are there: freedom for traveling, freedom for select his religion. Okay, freedom for speech and expression. Okay, many types of freedoms are there. Okay, and medias are also working under this second fundamental rights, right to freedom of expression. Okay, through the journals or media, through articles. Okay, that is our freedom to speech, freedom for speech and expression. Okay, we can convey our message to the public. Okay, accepting or rejecting is there, up to them. Okay, whereas we have our right to speech and to communicate our ideas with others. Okay, because Indian constitution guarantees such a right to all Indian citizens. Okay, then the third one, right to against exploitation. People are exploited in many ways. In markets we can see people are exploited by giving low quality products and taking sufficient money. Like this, many consumers are being exploited. And some consumer act also comes under this right against exploitation. Okay, and good quality education is also part of this act or right. Okay, right against exploitation. And many people are exploited physically and mentally. All types of exploitation or cheating is banned by our Indian constitution. Okay, and fourth one is the right to religion. In the world we can see many ideologies, many religions. Okay, and the wonderful thing is majority religions emerged in the Asian continent, and within India we can see many religious concepts are there. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, these religions emerged in India, and later these religions uh, got prominence in other countries. Okay, especially Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, and moreover we can see many religions came to India from the Arabian countries like Christianity and Islam. Okay, and so our Indian constitution guarantees the freedom to choose the his or her religion. Okay, that is also guaranteed by Indian constitution. Not only the choice to religion, if a person is thinking no need of any religion, for that person also he can select his ideology. So whether a person believes in religion or not, that is up to that person only, whether he or she. Okay, that is up to him, and he can practice his worships, he can do his festivals. Okay, everything he can do according to the religion. That things are also guaranteed by our Indian constitution. Okay, I hope you are getting the points. Okay, then fifth one is cultural and educational activities. So in these cultural activities we can see many things, including festivals and including arts and sports activities. Okay, all these things comes under cultural activities. Okay, and educational activity also coming here. Now education is itself is became another act. It is known as RTI, RTE, right to education. Same as RTE, right to education, we can see another right. It is known as right to information. Okay, that is also part of right against exploitation. Right things should be conveyed to the consumers and the people. Okay, that is the main aim or motto of right to information. Okay, so under this act any person can celebrate any festivals, and he can engage in any cultural activities, moreover educational activities. Okay, and the last one is right to constitutional remedies. Okay, if any social or any national issues are arising in front of the people of India, through the law of constitution we can find out the solution on the basis of fundamental rights. Okay, constitutional remedies includes amendments of constitutions, new provisions, making new laws. Okay, so because we know that Indian constitution is neither rigid nor flexible. Okay, so whatever changes we want we can do, but 2/3 majority we should get in order to amend the law. Okay, so these are the main features, salient features of fundamental rights guaranteed by our Indian constitution. And next topic, fundamental duties, we shall be continuing. We will be continuing in next class. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.